Welcome to the yarn room. I wanted to sing that in the tone of Welcome to the Jungle, but then I was like, you sing terrible, Shannon. Don't do it. Anyway, welcome to the yarn room. I am super excited about this new space that I've got going. I did refer to it a couple videos ago as an official studio, which means I and my husband, I'm going to admit, he did like 99% of all the work. I was just kind of like, yeah, that should go there. But we took the bed out of this guest room because we really got to talking, and we don't have guests in here, but only a couple times a year. I'm filming quite a bit. So we got the idea to kind of revamp it a little bit, and I am so excited. So earlier in the day, before we set up my lighting and stuff, I walked through here real quick just to kind of show you how everything is. So if you would like to see the now new and improved official Shannon Talks Yarn studio, here it is. This is one of those items that I said we just shopped at home. My daughter didn't want this anymore, so I took this rug, and I do really like it. It is thick tufted wool, and that's just going to help also with the sound in here. So I'm pretty excited about getting that, and I do really like the colors and everything. One of the things I really like is being able to find like thrifted items like this light switch cover, and just having it be fun and unique and kind of whimsical. So I did get a curtain. It doesn't go all the way to the floor, but I did get a curtain for the closet door, so that's good. It cut down on a lot of clutter. And then I do still have my bobble and puff organizer, and you can see it is like packed to the brim with yarn and dyeing supplies and some spinning supplies, and yeah, it's like not even budging or bulging, so that is awesome. I've got a little hidden storage back here, so I have a tripod that I don't really use, but I will take it outside if I'm going to film outside just for the tripod aspect. And I have an extra lamp here. I had gotten that at an estate sale for just a couple bucks. I don't use it very often, but I thought that would be good to keep in here just in case, you know, I need to get some overhead lighting. Little wicker basket full of some older crochet books and like little booklets and stuff. And of course I do still have my hook over here, and I just have a shawl on top of here for now. Back behind my chair, oh, you can see my end needs to be woven in right there. I did put back here one clear tote, because if I can't see it, I forget it exists, and that's where my current whips are, so that is there. And then I have one bobble and puff cube organizer right here that I need to probably put in the closet, and then just an empty little cube thing that I don't have a purpose for, and that will go somewhere. I've got my chair here. This is one of my favorite blankets I have made. I do have a couple videos about that. I'll link one. And then I had thrifted this fun pillow at someone's garage sale that I know. So I decided to take that home with me. I had the chair. This is what I've been filming in. And then over here, this is a dresser that I had thrifted years ago. I love this 1940s waterfall style. It is one of my favorites, and I thought that I would just I got this bamboo, it's really like a magazine holder that was thrifted, and I put a bunch of yarn in there, and I don't know, this white pheasant, and this old box, and a clock, and a fake candle. I just thought that was kind of nice over there. And if I do want to film here, I think I will be able to. Now, I did buy these candle holder wall sconce things, but they were thrifted, and it was $1 for the pair. I do want to get some like fun colored taper candles to put in there, but I'm not going to light them in this room. But I just thought like that would be fun. Get something like maybe a teal or a maroon or just something that looks good. So what I have done here, and when I say what I have done, I mean what my husband has kind of helped me with here, is working on getting the lighting situation when I'm filming more. So we put up some darkening shade things here, and then I've got a couple layers of curtains that I can close up. my window air conditioner, which is not on at the moment. And I've got another little magazine holder, which I just have some like electrical supplies, like an extension cord and a bag for my lighting and stuff. So over here, this wicker stand actually came from my husband's aunt. She had it like back in the 60s and 70s, and I've had it for a couple years, and I decided to put some of my yarns out here that I want to use first, that I'm liking. They're ones that I have bought, you know, more recently with intention. So I want those out here. There's a little thrifted plant stand and a fake plant. I don't remember where the fake plant came from. I'm sure it was probably thrifted. I can't see myself buying a fake plant, but I did buy, I mean, there's that fake plant up there too, and some macrame. And yeah, this is an old farmhouse, remember? So a new addition to the filming room are these softbox lights. So this is kind of cool, and I will link these in my Amazon store if you are also a creator and you are looking to kind of like upgrade your lighting like I'm trying to get going. So there are those, and I will show you later on, kind of once we get everything positioned, how it'll work in here. There's my current tripod that I use. I probably won't be using the ring light. I'll be using the soft boxes. And then I do have a little microphone I have plugged in there, so that is also new. And then there's my funny weird lamp that, if you notice, it's supposed to look like a candle. I got that at an estate sale, but I put it over here next to this funny little what is it, acrylic painting of a candle. I thought that fit well. And you probably noticed I cannot say no to a tiny little chair to put yarn on. I've got a book and a coaster. And then down here, I've got a bunch of crochet books. Now I'm gonna back up my chair, which I will be pulling out from the wall more to film a little bit. I did have to take down my Life is Beautiful sign. So it was too far over, and I'll show you why in just a second, because I'm very excited about this. But if you buy one of these, like I got this just like at a big box store, and the deal is it got really, really hot, and it needs a special little cube adapter for the USB. So I actually had to order one of those because I don't want to burn my house down. So here is why I had to move it. Check this out. I am super excited about this desk. This is the only thing that was like brand new that went into this, and I will have it in my Amazon storefront so you can see it. But it is functional, and I think it's pretty. So I had a smaller desk in here. It was like that 1940s waterfall style, and while I love the look of it, it was completely not functional at all. Like I couldn't get my legs under it, and so I was like hovering. It was low, and this actually is electric, so I will be able to, if I want to stand and film like during a tutorial, I can raise this up or I can sit. I've just got like some paper and pencil. I put a pencil cup, another little dish. I don't have anything in that yet, but I'm obsessed with amber glass. I've got this, which Sydney helped me pick out. She told me what to get here, but this is to film tutorials. So I can have my phone here and it can be overhead. So I'm very excited about that. And then this desk does have some outlets here, so that is great. I have got a lamp again for more. I've got a little wicker basket with some microphone supplies, a little bag if I want to, you know, like have clutter in. But this down here was the perfect size for my sewing machine. It fit like a glove. And then in the drawer below it, I put the like supplies that go with it. So I have not filled this section yet. I have a couple sewing books right there. And this does have other book storage right down here. So I'm excited. I got those filled up. I have some cool books here. Another chair full of yarn. I got this yarn and this yarn and this yarn all at the Des Moines Weavers and Spinners Guild. So I'll link that. I got just stickers in here, but I love Frankoma pottery. So this was just a cool little leaf I had thrifted, so I went ahead and put that there. Yeah, up here is, I don't know, I think this is called like a compote or something like that. It's Fenton glass. Again, like thrifted, you know, it's just, I find odd things, I know what I like, and, you know, it works to store yarn. So a tiny little oil lamp. It does not have oil in it, don't worry. And then over here I have this box, and it has just all sorts of like notions in it, yarn needles, whatever, some extra hooks, whatever. And then up here I have like some jewelry making supplies and some like tags for projects and some rivets for them. So that is all up there, fairly neatly stored. And then I took advantage of this little shelf on top. And as you can see, like I said, this is an old farmhouse. So low walls right here. This doesn't line up perfectly with the walls. So I wasn't going to be able to put a lot of books or anything. But I got some more amber glass and then some fun like brown yarns. If you're like me and think brown yarn is fun. I have a cute little amber boot, and I put some tiny crochet hooks in there, and then just a little brass candle holder. Again, no actual candle. But I am super psyched because, like I said, most of the time I just make do with stuff that I have. I should say I bought the mid-century chair at my neighbor's garage sale. Yeah, I just make do with a lot of the stuff I have, and I shop my home, but I am really pleased with this. And like I said, it'll be linked to my Amazon. My husband wanted me to tell you, though, that this did take him about 4 hours to assemble, and he's a pretty handy guy. There were tons and tons of pieces and lots of hardware. He used power tools instead of the tiny little Allen wrench that came with it. But he wanted me to let you know that this is definitely like an intermediate level project. This is not something like if you're a very like beginner, if you've never assembled a piece of this type of furniture, it could be a little bit difficult. So like I said, it took him about 4 hours. I just picked up wrappers and brought him water, and I actually did some crocheting, just kept him company in here. So it turned out great. Now along this wall, I have got a few things that I have, you've guessed it, thrifted. So I love this little needle point. I used to have it in a different area of the house, but I moved it here. And then I have had this clock for several years, and I haven't known what to do with it. There's no battery in it right now, so it's not functional. But I really liked it, and I want to say I paid like $5 or $7, and it's just been hanging out waiting for a place, so I thought this was perfect. And then another, like, I wouldn't call that needle point. I don't know exactly what this is, but I don't know, I thought it was cool, and I thrifted it. And then I've got this little butterfly. I don't know what the purpose of this thing is. I'm wondering if it wasn't supposed to be like you put like faux or dried floral arrangement in it or something. But I put crochet hooks in there, so pretty happy about that. And then over here on this bookshelf, you've seen this before, but I still kept the picture of my daughter in here. It was one of her senior portraits. Cute little, I don't know what that is, but it's a fun little thrifted thing. I have a lamp that just came from a different room, and I've got some yarns here, and that does, it doesn't look exactly how I want it yet, but that is okay. So yeah, that brings us totally around here. I will, like when I am doing a tutorial or sitting at the desk, I'll probably take that chair over and sit it at my desk. So what do you think? I am so excited about this space. I think it is going to be fun. It feels good to be in here. It feels very intentional, and I'm very excited to be working. I do, like I said, I really do have to thank my spouse a lot. He's extremely supportive of this channel and like just what I'm doing here, even though he is not remotely interested in crochet himself. He has been super helpful as far as like researching stuff that I find kind of boring, like lighting and microphones and stuff like that. So I am very grateful for all of his help, but I would still love to hear your thoughts. If there's something you think I'm missing in here, I would love to know. Is there anything that is like a must-have for your studio space, like where you crochet or knit, or film crochet or knitting videos, if you're a content creator. Is there something I'm missing? I do have a yarn Swift and ball winder, and I don't have that out, but I will definitely be able to clamp it onto this desk. So that is exciting for me, because that has been a little bit of a struggle, and it's like been more work to get it out. So I've just been like unraveling hanks into a ball myself. Like, that's kind of strenuous. My ring was like, are you doing exercise? I must have been huffing and puffing doing it, but I am excited because I will be able to get the Swift and ball winder out. But yeah, if there is something else, I guess the only other thing that I did not show was I do have a couple of those like cutting mats and rotary cutters, and those are in my closet. I probably will just leave those there, but I could fit that on top of the desk if I'm going to be like cutting some fleece or something like that. So yay. You're probably not supposed to yay yourself, but I am excited. So I'm just taking this minute to be excited. As I said earlier in the walkthrough, most of the items in here were thrifted. The few things that are new, like my lighting and my desk, I will have in my Amazon storefront. I will have them. Maybe I'll even link it below if that is something that interests you. But for now, I'm going to get some crocheting done and enjoy being in my new studio. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Bye!